I made a video recently talking about the absolute backlash at the Snow White trailer where it had over 1 million dislikes. The internet is absolutely destroying the new Snow White movie.
I'm a narcissist. I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. People will assume it's a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
And most of it stemmed from Rachel Zegler, who's the lead actress of this movie, being just a complete narcissist. And so far the first box office numbers have come out and it doesn't look too good for Snow White so far. Box office results: Snow White makes less than 50 million. Disney's Snow White made approximately 43 million in the United States this past weekend. Its global total currently sits at 87.3 million, meaning it still has quite a ways to go before it even breaks the 207 million budget that it had. This puts Snow White's opening just slightly below Dumbo's, which made 46 million, and way behind The Little Mermaid that made 95.5 million, Maleficent with 69.4 million, and Cinderella with 67.8 million. Now, I personally have really never in my life seen an actress single-handedly take down a movie that would have probably been pretty successful on its own.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say the movie's trash. I've seen people online absolutely just trashing the movie up and down just because they don't like Rachel Zegler. And I mean, the movie's not like complete garbage. I've seen people online saying things like, oh, this is just a feminist rehashing of the original Snow White. There's no prince, there's no dwarves, there's none of that. And a lot of those people clearly read a couple articles and then decided that they were just gonna keep crapping on the movie the whole time. There is a prince in the movie. The same prince that Rachel Zegler said didn't even have to be in the movie at all. But he is there, and there are CGI dwarves. In fact, there are the people that were supposed to be the original dwarves that end up playing some weird like rebel band of outlaws or something. I don't know. And then there's also the CGI dwarves in the movie, which is kind of confusing. It doesn't make much sense. It almost feels like two separate movies completely, and then they were just trying to mesh them together. But if you're critically thinking about this movie and you're not just blindly hating it or blindly supporting it, I think you still end up being pretty disappointed by it at the end of the day. And while I just said the movie's not complete garbage, because let's be real, Rachel Zegler is an okay actress and she has a really good voice. And the songs and the music are really good, and I'm sure there's a bunch of little children out there who really enjoyed this movie. And that's totally okay. So getting past the fact that I don't think the movie's a total and complete piece of crap, but at the same time I don't think it's very good either, the one sole thing that has continued to tank this from the word go, Rachel Zegler has all these opportunities to be a person who takes the high road, to be a person who's just like, I'm gonna take politics out of it, I'm just gonna get out of the way, I'm gonna do my own thing, I'm just gonna go jogging or get out of the picture for a little bit so that I can let my movie actually do its thing and quit tanking this movie more than it's ever been tanked. And every time that Rachel Zegler is given that opportunity, she completely decides to do the opposite and says the most outrageous, crazy things. And all that does is add more fuel to the fire of the hate of this movie and makes people want to go see it less and makes people hate her even more. And she literally just did it again.
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
So in this little bit of a breakdown by Rachel Zegler, she brings up the winged victory very early into it. So in order to understand fully, let's go ahead and look at what the winged victory actually is. One of the most celebrated works of Hellenistic art is without a doubt the Nike of Samothrace, on display at the Louvre since 1884 CE. The white Persian marble statue represents the personification of winged victory. Let me just get this straight. This crazy old statue that was found in pieces and is still in pieces, there's no arms or head to this thing, got taken to the Louvre, where it is being admired still to this day as one of the greatest, coolest works of art out there. But the only thing I got out of it was that she was trying to compare herself to one of the most famous works of art on the entire existence of the earth. Rachel Zegler is trying to compare herself to one of the most famous statues in history. You guys are gonna go see the Mona Lisa, so just like the Mona Lisa, I hope you guys will come see me too. That doesn't line up. A doesn't match up with B there. The first point doesn't match up with the second point. The one big difference between winged victory and Rachel Zegler is that winged victory doesn't spout random narcissistic nonsense every few weeks, especially right before one of the premieres of Winged Victory's movies is gonna come out. Also, like, I can't help but listen to how selfish she sounds when she keeps talking about me and I, and you'll come to see me and everything I'm doing.
I'm a narcissist. I say, if I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online. Weird.
What about your co-stars? Literally everyone who's in that movie with you, all the people behind the scenes that you did not mention ever. You've only ever been talking about you, and maybe that's the main reason why so many people don't like you anymore. Just pull your head out of your butt for 1 second and realize we're just mad that you're being a narcissistic, selfish butthole. So now I can imagine the backlash from this is that even more people who are possibly gonna go see the movie are now also not gonna see it. I've never single-handedly seen one actress tank a movie as quickly as this person did. She owes Disney like $150 to $200 million they would have made off this movie.
Rachel Zegler has finally responded to all the Snow White backlash she's been receiving. And you won't believe this, but she allegedly apologized for her rude comments. She said that it was never her intention to come off as ungrateful after those videos started going viral.
Never wanted to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have.
And even gave a speech saying how playing the role of Snow White is such a big dream for her, and that she's always been a big fan of Disney. However, just a few weeks ago, she was saying nearly the complete opposite.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
And even closes off by saying that she's the most grateful person alive, but she just wants to keep it real.
I am the most grateful person alive, but I'm also keeping it real.
Because if she had just minded her own business like all the other actors in this movie and just kind of went and did their own thing, let the movie come out, let it do its own thing, they would have made so much more money off of this movie. Sure, it may not have done great, but it wouldn't have done less than $50 million in the first weekend. But Rachel Zegler is apparently never going to learn. And it's a real bummer because behind that person that has quite a bit of talent is an incredibly insecure and unlikable celebrity. And unfortunately, it's ended up making most people have the opinion of the famous comment that said, if they showed this movie on a plane, I would still walk out. How big of a bomb will this movie be? Let me know down in the comments below. Will Rachel Zegler finally stop saying things that make people dislike her? I don't know, we'll have to see. But subscribe to become a skew like me, because I promise that I might only say some crazy things sometimes. There's a video right here at the bottom of the screen that I think YouTube thinks that you'll like. I don't know, they could be wrong, but they're probably right. So click on it and watch it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Remember to stay askew always, because being normal is a little bit boring, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Until then, all I have left to say is bye-bye.